You walk into a burger joint, and the person behind the counter isn't just making your burger. They're making $50 per hour. That's right, 50. $50 for every hour. It's the kind of paycheck that makes your bank account do a little happy dance. Let's be real. At first, it sounds awesome. The person taking your order, making your coffee, or stacking shelves at the grocery store would be earning more than some entry-level lawyers. But hold on. Before you start dusting off that resume for your local fast food chain, let's dig into what would actually happen if the minimum wage skyrocketed to $50 an hour. Excuse me? This coffee is $45? Yeah, gotta cover my wages. I don't come cheap anymore. That's right, folks. When wages go up, so do prices. Imagine a world where your usual $5 latte now costs almost as much as a 3-course meal. Why? Because businesses need to pay their workers, and those workers are now bringing home $50 an hour. In economics, that's called inflation. And let me tell you, it doesn't stop at coffee. Is this bread made of gold? $100 for a loaf? Well, it's gluten-free. Ah, yes, that's the thing. When wages go up dramatically, everything else follows. Rent, groceries, gas, movie tickets, even those socks you've been meaning to buy. It's like the entire economy got a VIP ticket to the price increase show. But wait, before you throw out your budget in despair, let's look at the other side of the coin. There's more to this story than just inflation. With a $50 minimum wage, everyone gets a raise, right? So maybe higher prices don't matter that much. Wow, this is insane. Yeah, but look at my paycheck. I can finally afford my dream apartment. And that's another thing. People earning $50 an hour wouldn't just be buying groceries, they'd be buying everything. New cars, houses, that expensive vacation you always dream about. Finally, it's all within reach. And who wouldn't love that? Can you believe it? With my new wage, I booked us this vacation, and I didn't even need to check the price. Honestly, I can't even remember what a budget is. No more living paycheck to paycheck. Suddenly, life is full of possibilities. But before we start popping champagne, let's hit pause and think about what this all means for businesses. Because, spoiler alert, they're not all lounging on the beach. For companies, paying workers $50 an hour would be a huge financial hit, especially for small businesses. Suddenly, the cost of keeping the lights on, paying rent, and giving everyone raises could push some places over the edge. In fact, many small businesses might struggle to survive. Yup. In this world of a $50 minimum wage, it wouldn't just be lattes and burgers that get expensive. Your favorite local diner might shut down, or that quirky bookstore on the corner could go out of business. But hey, maybe big corporations can absorb the cost, right? They've got the money after all. So why not make the McDonald's cashier a 6-figure earner? So, what if we just replace everyone with robots? Ah, yes, the robot revolution. If wages jump to $50 per hour, businesses might find it cheaper to automate everything. Goodbye, cashier jobs. Hello, self-checkout. In fact, you might walk into a store one day and find yourself being greeted by a friendly robot instead of a person. Hello, valued customer. Would you like to try our new artificially intelligent shopping assistant? That's right, folks. If wages go up, automation goes way up. And while that might sound cool in a sci-fi kind of way, it means a lot of jobs could disappear altogether. Let's take a quick detour to history class. Remember when assembly lines started using robots in car factories? Jobs went poof. Now imagine that happening at every fast food restaurant, supermarket, and retail store in the world. Sure, $50 an hour sounds amazing until there are no jobs left paying it. Great, I've become my own cashier. Should I give myself a tip? But let's get serious for a second. A $50 minimum wage could have some really big societal impacts. Some good and some, well, complicated. On one hand, poverty could decrease overnight. People would have more disposable income, improving quality of life, reducing inequality, and maybe even closing the wealth gap. More money means more opportunity, more education, better health care, and for many, financial security they've never had before. In this world, minimum wage workers aren't just surviving, they're thriving. But there's a trade-off. The gap between low-wage workers and professionals could shrink, leaving more highly skilled workers frustrated, and businesses may pass the higher labor costs on to consumers, not to mention the risk of inflation getting out of hand. If everything costs more, does earning $50 an hour still feel as good? Turns out, that extra cash might burn a hole in your wallet faster than you think. And let's not forget the economists. Oh, they'd have a field day with this one. Some would argue that $50 an hour is just too much, too fast. Others might cheer it on, claiming that a living wage for all workers is long overdue. Either way, it would be one of the hottest debates since the pineapple on pizza controversy. At the end of the day, a $50 minimum wage would shake things up in ways we can barely imagine. Higher wages, higher prices, fewer jobs, more automation. It's like opening Pandora's box. And whether that box contains a gift or a curse depends on how the rest of the economy adjusts. Maybe, just maybe, we'd figure out a way to create an economy where everyone benefits, where workers are paid fairly, businesses can thrive, and prices don't explode like fireworks on New Year's.